Ever wonder how a tiny country like Portugal ended up with a massive global empire? It's a classic exam question, and the answer isn't what you think. It's not about some sudden burst of genius or a king waking up one day wanting to explore. The secret lies way back in history, long before Portugal was even a country. Think of it like this. Before there was a Portugal, the western coast of Iberia was basically a collection of independent coastal towns, kind of like city-states. These weren't grand inland capitals. They were gritty, hard-working settlements built around natural harbors and river mouths. Their whole existence revolved around the ocean, fishing, harvesting salt, and, most importantly, trading. These communities were perfectly positioned at a crossroads. Seafaring people from all over, like the Phoenicians and later the Greeks, couldn't ignore them. These traders didn't march inland to conquer. They just set up shop in the ports. This is a huge deal for understanding world history. It shows that power can be local and focused outward on the sea, rather than inward on land. Later on, the Romans came and built up cities like Lisbon right on top of these older settlements. But Rome didn't create this maritime culture. They just took advantage of what was already there. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. They jump straight to the age of exploration. But Portugal's skill in navigation wasn't born overnight. It was built over centuries, layer by layer, in these small coastal cities. Generations of sailors and merchants were looking out at the Atlantic, learning its currents, its winds, its secrets. So, here's the key takeaway, especially if you're studying for an exam. First, you have coastal city-states that naturally encourage trade networks. Second, these trade networks build serious navigational skills over time. And third, those skills are what eventually make a global empire possible. The incredible story of Portuguese exploration doesn't start with a famous voyage around Africa. It starts much smaller, with local fishermen and traders in small city-states, who for centuries had their eyes fixed on the horizon, always looking west. Thanks for watching. If this helped you connect the dots, be sure to comment for more history deep dives. See you next time.